My brother slept with my fiancée for 6 months, my entire family defended them at a family meeting and said I was being dramatic, so I sold my house, moved 3,000 miles away, built a 6-figure career, and started a new family. 3 years later they want me back and I've never been happier without them. What would you do if you caught your brother with your fiancée, and your entire family sided with them? I'll tell you what I did. I disappeared. Completely. And when they came crawling back years later. Let's just say karma handled the rest. Subscribe because this revenge is served ice cold. I came home early to surprise my fiancée with flowers. I found my brother inside her instead. My bed. My house. My woman. My brother. The roses fell from my hand and hit the hardwood floor while they scrambled to cover themselves, and in that moment, watching them panic, I realized this wasn't the first time. You don't move that synchronized with someone after one mistake. This had been going on for a while. Tyler, wait, Vanessa started. I held up my hand. Didn't say a word. Turned around. Walked out of my own house. Got in my car. Drove. I didn't know where I was going. Didn't care. Just drove until I couldn't see straight anymore, pulled over at some random park, and sat there in my car while my entire life disassembled itself in my head. Vanessa and I had been together for 4 years. Engaged for 8 months. The wedding was in 3 months. Invitations already sent. Venue booked. Honeymoon planned. Her dress was hanging in our closet. My tux was getting fitted next week. My vows were written and saved in my phone. I'd practice them in the shower. She was supposed to be my forever. And Kyle. My little brother. The kid I'd helped raise after dad left. The one I'd paid for college when mom couldn't afford it. The one I'd let crash at my place for 6 months last year when he lost his job. The one I'd chosen as my best man. My best man was sleeping with my fiancée. The call started within an hour. Vanessa. Kyle. Mom. Vanessa again. Kyle again. I ignored them all. Turned my phone on silent and watched the notifications pile up. Finally went to a hotel. Cheapest one I could find. Sat on the bed that smelled like chemicals and stared at the wall. My phone buzzed next to me. A text from mom. Tyler, please come home. We need to talk about this as a family. As a family. Like this was a minor disagreement. Like my brother hadn't just destroyed my life. I should have known then. Should have seen what was coming. But I was still in shock. Still thinking this could be fixed. Still believing people would do the right thing. I was wrong. The family meeting happened 2 days later at mom's house. I showed up because she begged. Because I thought my family would have my back. Because I was stupid enough to believe blood meant something. Everyone was already there. Mom. Kyle. Vanessa. My Aunt Linda. My Uncle Robert. My older sister Michelle. All sitting in the living room like this was an intervention. For me. Tyler, sit down, Mom said. Her voice was gentle. Too gentle. The voice you use with someone who's being unreasonable. I stayed standing. Why is she here? I looked at Vanessa. Because we need to discuss this like adults, Mom said. Discuss what? I caught them in my bed. Silence. Heavy. Awful. Kyle spoke up. His eyes were red. He'd been crying. Tyler, I'm sorry, man. I never meant for this to happen. It happened. It just happened, I repeated. Flat. Empty. How long? That doesn't matter, Vanessa started. How long? More silence. Then, 6 months. 6 months. Half a year. While I was planning our wedding. While I was working overtime to pay for the honeymoon she wanted. While I was calling her baby and making her coffee every morning and falling asleep holding her every night. 6 months of lies. Tyler, we're in love, Vanessa said. She had tears in her eyes. Actual tears. Like she was the victim here. We tried to fight it. We really did. But sometimes you can't help who you fall for. I laughed. Couldn't help it. The sound came out harsh and broken. You tried to fight it. In my bed. Don't be crude, my Aunt Linda said. I turned to her. Excuse me? This is hard for everyone, she continued. But being angry isn't going to fix anything. We need to approach this with love and understanding. Understanding, I said slowly. For them. They made a mistake. For 6 months? Mom stood up. Walked over to me. Put her hand on my arm. Honey, I know you're hurt. But Kyle is your brother. Family forgives. And Vanessa? Well, if she and Kyle have feelings for each other, maybe it's better this happened now before the wedding. I stared at her. My mother. The woman who'd raised me. Who I'd supported financially for the last decade. Who I'd been there for through every crisis. You're taking their side. There are no sides. You're taking their side. Tyler, don't be dramatic, Michelle said. My sister. who I'd helped get her first apartment, who'd called me crying every time she had a bad breakup. Kyle feels terrible. Vanessa feels terrible. They didn't want to hurt you. They just wanted to fuck each other more than they wanted to not hurt me. Language, Mom snapped. That's what did it. Not the betrayal. Not the lies. Not the family meeting where everyone was more concerned with my brother's feelings than mine. My language. That's what she was worried about. So let me get this straight, I said. Voice calm now. Deadly calm. Kyle sleeps with my fiancée for 6 months. In my house. In my bed. And I'm the one who needs to calm down and be understanding. He's your brother, Mom said. Not anymore. The room went silent. Tyler, Kyle started. Don't. I looked at him. Really looked at him. You're dead to me. I don't have a brother. You don't mean that, Mom said. I've never meant anything more in my life. I turned to Vanessa. You can keep the ring. Consider it payment for the 4 years I wasted on you. Tyler, please, she was crying harder now. Real tears this time. Because she was losing her backup plan. And you. I looked at my mother. You chose him. That's fine. But choices have consequences. Don't call me. Don't text me. Don't show up at my house. We're done. You can't mean that. Watch me. I walked out. Nobody followed. Nobody called out. Nobody ran after me to apologize or take my side or do anything a real family would do. They'd made their choice. I made mine. I went back to my house. Their clothes were gone. Some of my stuff was missing too. Vanessa had already started moving out. Efficient. She'd probably been planning this. Probably had it all figured out. Leave me, move in with Kyle, play the we fell in love card so she didn't look like the villain. I called a real estate agent that night. Put the house on the market. Too many memories. Too much contamination. Couldn't stay there. Called my boss the next morning. Asked about the transfer opportunity we discussed months ago. The one across the country. The one Vanessa had begged me not to take because it was too far from family. He said yes. Said I could start in 2 weeks. 2 weeks to dismantle a life. To pack up everything. To cut every tie to people who'd proven they were never really mine. The calls kept coming. Mom. Michelle. Aunt Linda. All of them begging me to reconsider. To forgive. To be the bigger person. The bigger person. Code for let us hurt you and pretend it's fine so we don't have to feel guilty. I blocked them all. Kyle showed up at my house 3 days before I left. Banged on the door. Called my name. Begged me to talk to him. I watched him through the window. Let him beg. Let him cry. Let him plead. Then I closed the blinds and went back to packing. The day I left, I took one last look at the house. At the life I'd built. At the family I'd lost. No. Not lost. Traded. They'd traded me for convenience. For not having to pick sides. For Kyle's feelings over mine. I got in my car, keys in the ignition, and drove away without looking back. 3 months later, I got a text from Michelle. She'd found my new number somehow. Mom's birthday is next week. She really wants you there. Please come home. Family is family. I deleted it without responding. 2 months after that, another text. From Mom this time. Kyle and Vanessa broke up. He's really struggling. I know you're still upset, but he needs his brother. They broke up. 6 months of destroying my life and they didn't even make it a year. I laughed so hard I almost couldn't breathe. I blocked that number too. The texts kept coming for months. Different numbers. Friends of friends. Distant relatives I barely remembered. All of them with the same message, your family misses you. Don't you think you've punished them enough? Punish them. Like I was the villain in this story. I'd moved to Seattle. New city. New job. New apartment with a view of the water that cost more than I ever would have spent before, but I was done being practical for people who didn't deserve it. I was making almost double what I'd made before. The transfer came with a promotion. Go figure. My new boss, Jennifer, was amazing. Tough but fair. She'd brought me on specifically because she liked my work ethic. Within 6 months, I was leading projects. Within a year, I was her second in command. I started going to the gym. Not because I was trying to prove anything. Because I needed something to do with all the rage. Lifted weights until my arms shook. Ran until my lungs burned. Eventually, the anger turned into discipline. The discipline turned into results. I looked better at 31 than I ever had. Felt better too. Made new friends. Real ones. People who didn't know Tyler the doormat. Who only knew Tyler who had boundaries and self-respect. Went hiking. Tried rock climbing. Started going to this pub trivia night on Thursdays. Met a whole group of people who actually gave a damn about me. Started dating. Casually at first. Nothing serious. Wasn't ready. But it felt good to be wanted by someone who wasn't actively betraying me. Then I met Sarah. She was a teacher. Funny. Kind. Had this laugh that made everyone around her smile. We met at a friend's barbecue. Hit it off immediately. Started seeing each other. No pressure. No games. Just two people who enjoyed each other's company. 6 months in, she asked about my family. I told her the truth. All of it. So they chose your brother and his mistress over you? She looked horrified. Yep. And they think you need to apologize? Apparently I'm being dramatic. Tyler. She took my hand. I need you to hear this. That's not normal. That's not family. That's abuse. The word hit me like a truck. Abuse. I'd never thought of it that way. But she was right. They'd gaslit me. Made me feel crazy for being hurt. Prioritized my abuser over me. You did the right thing, Sarah said. Getting out. Building a new life. You don't owe them anything. I believed her. For the first time, I actually believed I'd done the right thing. Life was good. Better than good. I had a career I loved. Friends who respected me. A girlfriend who treated me like I mattered. An apartment I could afford without stress. Freedom. Then the Facebook messages started. My old high school friends. People I hadn't talked to in years. All with the same story. Hey man, ran into your mom at the grocery store. She seems really sad. Maybe you should reach out? Saw Kyle at the bar. He was asking about you. You should give him a call. Your sister says you won't answer her calls. Don't you think it's time to let it go? Let it go. Like my brother sleeping with my fiancée was a minor disagreement. I ignored them all. Until one message made me stop cold. Hey Tyler, it's Rob. My uncle. The one who'd sat silent during that family meeting. Your mom's been diagnosed with early stage breast cancer. Treatable, but she's asking for you. I know what happened was messed up, but she's your mother. Call her. Cancer. My mom had cancer. I stared at the message for an hour. Paced my apartment. Called Sarah. She came over. What do you want to do? She asked. I don't know. What's your gut telling you? My gut was telling me it was a trap. That they'd use mom's diagnosis to guilt me back into the family. Back into being the reliable one who fixed everything while they continued to disrespect me. But she had cancer. I called my uncle. How bad is it? Stage 1. Caught it early. Surgery next month, then radiation. She'll be fine, Tyler. But she wants to see you. Did she ask you to contact me? Pause. Michelle did. There it was. Mom didn't even ask for me herself. My sister was orchestrating this. Tell Mom I hope her treatment goes well, I said. But I'm not coming back. Tyler. I'm not coming back. I hung up. Felt like garbage for 3 days. Sarah held me while I cried. First time I'd cried since I left. You're allowed to grieve, she said. You're allowed to miss what you thought you had. But you're also allowed to protect yourself. I chose to protect myself. Mom's treatment went fine. I know because Michelle posted about it on Facebook. Pictures of Mom in the hospital, captions about family rallying together and getting through tough times. Not one mention of the son who wasn't there. Fine by me. Then, about 18 months after I left, I got an email. From Vanessa. Tyler, I know you probably don't want to hear from me. I know I'm probably the last person you want to talk to. But I need you to know I'm sorry. Kyle and I broke up months ago. It was a mistake. All of it. I threw away the best thing that ever happened to me for someone who couldn't even commit. I was stupid and selfish and I hurt you in ways I can't take back. I'm not asking for another chance. I just needed you to know that I know what I lost. I hope you're happy. You deserve to be. I'm sorry. V. I read it twice. Then deleted it. Blocked her email address. Too little, too late, and I didn't need her guilt in my inbox. 2 years after I left, I proposed to Sarah. She said yes. We got married 6 months later in a small ceremony with our real friends. Her family, who'd welcomed me with open arms. My chosen family. Nobody from my old life was invited. Nobody from my old life even knew. 3 years after I left, I got promoted again. Director level. Corner office. 6-figure salary. Benefits. Stock options. Everything I'd worked for. Everything I'd been told I'd never achieve because I wasn't ambitious enough. Turned out I was plenty ambitious when I wasn't pouring all my energy into people who drained me. Sarah and I bought a house. Had a daughter. Named her Emma. She had Sarah's laugh and my stubbornness. She was perfect. Life was perfect. Then my phone rang. Unknown number. I almost didn't answer. But something made me pick up. Tyler? It was Michelle. How did you get this number? I've been trying to reach you for months. Tyler, we need to talk. No, we don't. It's about Kyle. I don't have a brother. He's in rehab. He's been struggling since you left. Drinking, pills, lost his job. He tried to. Tyler, he tried to kill himself last month. The words hit me like ice water. Kyle tried to kill himself. Is he alive? Yes. He's getting help. But he keeps asking for you. He says he can't move forward until he makes things right with you. I sat down. Sarah was watching me from across the room, concerned. Tyler, please. I know what he did was awful. I know we all messed up. But he's our brother. He needs you. He stopped being my brother when he betrayed me. He made a mistake. For 6 months. In my bed. With my fiancée. While I planned a wedding. That's not a mistake, Michelle. That's a choice. Multiple choices. Hundreds of them. He was young and stupid. He was 26. I was 28. We were both adults. And you all chose him. Silence. That's what this is really about, isn't it? I said. Not that Kyle's struggling. But that you all made the wrong choice and now you have to live with it. Tyler, please. I have a family now. A wife. A daughter. People who actually value me. Kyle made his choices. You all made yours. Now live with them. I hung up. Sarah came over. What was that about? I told her everything. She hugged me. Are you okay? Yeah. And I meant it. I'm okay. A month later, another email. This time from Mom. Tyler, I know I haven't been fair to you. I know I made mistakes. But you're my son and I miss you every single day. Kyle is getting help, but he's right that we all owe you an apology. What we did was wrong. Choosing him over you was wrong. We should have supported you. We should have kicked him out. We should have done a lot of things differently. I'm sorry. I don't expect you to forgive me. I don't expect you to come back. But I needed you to know that I know I failed you. I love you. I'm proud of you. And I hope someday you can let me meet my granddaughter. Mom. I showed it to Sarah. What do you think? I think she's 3 years too late with that apology. But I also think it's your call. I sat with it for a week. Then I responded. Mom, I appreciate the apology. But an apology doesn't undo the damage. You chose Kyle. You chose his relationship with my fiancée over your relationship with me. You made me feel crazy for being hurt. You gaslit me into thinking I was overreacting. And then you let everyone else do the same. That's not something I can forgive just because you finally realized you were wrong. I have a family now. A real one. People who choose me every single day. I hope Kyle gets the help he needs. I hope you're healthy. But I'm not coming back. Take care. Tyler. She wrote back, I understand. I love you. I didn't respond. Last week, I got a text from Kyle's number. Tyler, this is Kyle. I'm sober now. 6 months clean. I'm in therapy. Working through a lot. I know I don't deserve your forgiveness. I know what I did was unforgivable. But I need to say it anyway, I'm sorry. I destroyed your life because I was selfish and weak. I took advantage of your kindness and your trust and I threw it away for someone who didn't even matter. You were the best brother anyone could ask for and I repaid you by sleeping with your fiancée. In your house. In your bed. While you were planning your wedding. There's no excuse. There's no justification. I was wrong. I am so sorry. I don't expect a response. I just needed you to know that I know what I did. And I have to live with it every single day. I hope you're happy. You deserve it. Kyle. I read it. Then I read it again. Then I showed it to Sarah. Are you going to respond? I thought about it. Really thought about it. Kyle sounded genuine. He'd clearly done work on himself. Part of me wanted to believe him. Wanted to believe people could change. Wanted to believe in second chances. But then I thought about that family meeting. About watching him cry while everyone comforted him and nobody comforted me. About my mother telling me to forgive him. About my sister calling me dramatic. About coming home to find him in my bed with the woman I'd planned to marry. About choosing myself for once in my life and finally being happy. I deleted the message. Sarah kissed my forehead. I'm proud of you. For what? For knowing your worth. Emma came running into the room. Daddy. Play with me. I scooped her up. She giggled. Sarah smiled. This was my family. This was my life. I'd never been happier. Yesterday, I got a notification. Someone had tagged me on Facebook. Michelle. A family photo. Mom, Michelle, Kyle, some cousins. The caption read, family isn't always blood. Sometimes it's the people who show up. The irony was almost funny. I untagged myself. Blocked Michelle. Went back to my life. They spent 3 years trying to get me back. I spent 3 years learning I never needed them in the first place. Turns out, The best revenge isn't making them suffer. It's being so genuinely happy without them that their guilt becomes their own prison. I didn't destroy our family. They did. I just refused to clean up the mess.